Have you ever noticed the weird things going on in Bluey? First, let's talk about the strange photo in the magic xylophone. When Bluey and Bingo are running together, take a close look at the photo in the scene. Pay attention to their expressions. Now, fast forward to Easter. When Bluey and Bingo are holding bags, take another look at the photo. Did you notice that the expression has changed? The character is no longer sticking out their tongue. Instead, they're smiling. Second, in the quiet game, when the parents are sitting around the table, you'll notice something really odd. The black and brown dog's hand seems to be detached from their arm, almost like the wrist has been cut off. What's going on here? Third, in Double Babysitter. During the scene where Bluey and the others are talking, keep an eye on the rainbow flag in the room. It's there in this shot, but when the camera cuts to the next, the rainbow flag hanging in the background has suddenly disappeared. Did a stranger come in and steal it? Lastly, in Bob Bilby, when Bluey and Bingo are at the shopping center, you can spot Uncle Stripe and Aunt Trixie in the background. If you look closely behind them, you'll see something strange happening. Trixie's spots seem to randomly change, and Uncle Stripe has suddenly turned red. Have you noticed other weird scenes in Bluey? Share them in the comments. Have you ever noticed the weird things going on in Bluey? First, Bingo's hand got eaten. In the episode Sheepdog, Bandit pretends to be a sheep, and Bingo tries to feed the sheep some delicious grass. But when the sheep eats the grass from Bingo's hand, if you look closely, it seems like the sheep also ate Bingo's hand. Bingo's hand just disappears. Next, in the episode, Cricket Chili and the family are playing cricket on the grass. Suddenly, in the background, you can see Chloe's mom sitting on a bench. But did you notice the position of her legs? Her legs are oddly disconnected from the rest of her body. What's going on here? Third, in the episode Pretend, when Chili and the girls are sitting on the couch, you can spot a photo of Bluey on the wall right under the clock. But when Chili and the girls come down the stairs, the photo is no longer there. It disappears out of nowhere. Fourth, in the episode Grannies, there's a scene where they get into a car and one of the feet actually goes through the car floor. Then when the car crashes, we see that the car's bottom is completely solid, with no space for a foot to go through. So how did that foot even happen? Finally, in the episode The Claw, Bandit bumps into the leg of a table. If you look closely, you'll notice Bandit hits the right leg, but then he raises his left leg in pain. Why is Bandit trying to hide something here? Have you noticed any other strange moments in Bluey? Share them in the comments. Have you ever noticed the weird things going on in Bluey? First, let's talk about Bandit without feet. In the episode Hotel, Bluey and Bingo disturbed Bandit's rest, but when Bandit gets out of bed, did you notice something strange? Pay close attention here. His feet never actually appear at the edge of the bed. This angle should definitely show his feet, so could it be that this Bandit isn't even real? Next, in the episode Cricket, something very odd happens. Jack's mom comes to pick them up from school and Jack runs over to hug her. But if you watch closely, Jack isn't actually hugging anyone. He's just hugging thin air. Or maybe Jack is hugging someone invisible? What's going on here? Third, in obstacle course, there's a scene where one of the challenges involves climbing a ladder. Notice how there's no shadow underneath the ladder. But when Bluey climbs up, her shadow suddenly appears. So it's clearly Bluey's shadow. But here's the weird part. When Bluey climbs back down, her shadow is still there. Now Bluey ends up with two shadows. So which one is real and which one isn't? Finally, in space, when Jack and Rusty take Mackenzie to his spaceship, did you notice anything strange? Look closely. Mackenzie's eyebrows are missing. In all the previous scenes, Mackenzie had eyebrows. But here, they've mysteriously disappeared. Could it be that Mackenzie's eyebrows are fake? Have you noticed any other weird moments in Bluey? Share them in the comments. Have you ever noticed the weird things going on in Bluey? First, Bandit might actually be a unicorn. In the episode Pirates, when Bandit is playing on the hammock with Bluey and Bingo, take a closer look at the scene in slow motion. Did you notice something strange happening when Bandit lets go of the hammock? For a brief moment, his two ears seem to merge into one, creating a rather odd face. Bandit looks more like a unicorn than a dog. Second, in the episode Magic Feather Wand, when Bingo pushes the yoga ball down the stairs, pay attention when Bingo turns her head. You'll notice something really bizarre. Her nose appears misaligned, almost like it's not part of her real face. It's pretty weird. Third, in the asparagus episode, when Chili and Bingo are pretending to be wild animals and getting ready to attack Pat, pause the scene for a moment. Did you catch that Bingo's paw actually goes through Pat's leg? How is that even possible? Fourth, in Bob Bilby, when Bluey is taking a photo of Bingo and Bandit, notice how Bandit's eyes are completely shut on the phone screen. But if you look at his face in real life, his eyes are wide open. So, is Bandit not actually real? Fifth, in the drums episode, when Bingo is playing the drums, we can see Chili and Bluey standing in the background. But if you zoom in closely, you'll notice that Bluey's feet are actually floating in midair. Is Bluey levitating? Have you noticed any other strange moments in Bluey? Feel free to share them in the comments.